Everybody, and welcome back to Crypto Kings. My name is Matt, and in today's video we have a very important situation going on. This is probably one of the most important days for cryptocurrency in modern history. So if you guys are new, make sure to drop a like, subscribe, and let's get right into what Shiba Inu has been up to. So the major thing that I think you guys are going to want to look at is the fact that all of crypto right now is really teetering on entering a bear market. In fact, some could argue it already is in a bear market, because right now with Ethereum and Bitcoin and all of that, you guys can see Ethereum is barely above $3,000 and Bitcoin teetering on entering 40, which, my goodness, that sends us almost back into the 30s for Bitcoin, which we haven't seen here in a very long time. So even on the past 3 months, we haven't been this low. On the past year, we haven't been this low. And this is reaching a level of support that we actually saw established back in September. So during some of the blood in the water in September, this was really the major line that we were sort of seeing back as a level of support. So again, even in August, we really used the 40 line as a way of breaking up and eventually reaching, these sort of all-time highs of November. So what I am worried about is potentially falling below this level of support and headed back into the low 30s like we did back in July. So again, this definitely does worry me. I think it worries a lot of other people as well, because crypto has had the best year it's ever had, and presuming we are able to stay above this 40, we may stay in the game, of course, and Shiba Inu and all the other altcoins would stay in the game, but it does make it very, very hard. So again, you guys can see SHIB right now down 6% on the day, just a bloodbath for every crypto out there. And this isn't against Shiba Inu. Literally everything is performing very, very poorly, except for maybe a handful over the past 24 hours, and even those are not performing particularly hot. So again, on the 24-hour, there are so many out there that are just having absolutely miserable days, which I feel very, very bad for a lot of people who are holding on to these cryptos. So again, market cap here is down to $15 billion. Still a lot, still a heck of a lot more than it was 6 months ago, but regardless, definitely not where we want it to be. And in terms of volume, it is down a little bit from yesterday, but there is not enough buy volume to get this in the green. So unfortunately, we are falling victim to a lot of sell volume. And of course, you guys can see as crypto takes a nosedive here, we unfortunately are susceptible to the fact that Bitcoin is, again, teetering above a full-on bear market and sent down to around 27. Now, before I get into the graph, guys, which is very, very important, make sure to check out the Patreon, guys, down below in the description. If you guys would like access to my official NFT dojo, talking about whenever I buy or sell an NFT, my exclusive altcoin checklist for those that are looking to purchase some altcoins, and daily buy and sell alerts whenever I buy or sell a crypto, and access to my private Discord community. So if you guys would like all of that, the link is down below in the description. It is only $10 a month. So I personally do think that is a steal for all that you guys are getting. Make sure to check it out down below in the description. I always do appreciate it. So let's get into our graph, guys, because we do have a lot to discuss here. So the first, again, major sort of like hello is the fact that we once again take a nosedive here, basically off of a cliff. Again, you guys can see SHIB is not performing hot, late December, early January, not performing particularly hot, but the sort of thing that worries me is right over the past 48 hours, we went from a support, a bottom of around 33-ish, to a bottom of around 27-ish, which, again, definitely a big difference, because the jump from 32 to 27 is pretty big, to be honest with you. I mean, that is a pretty big jump compared to many other assets out there. That's, again, like a 6% decrease in one day. So definitely still worrisome for people who have a lot of money invested in Shiba Inu. Now, the goal here, of course, is to find some level of support and to find some way that we could potentially bounce off this in the future. Now, again, a major thing that I'm seeing is even when we look back in October, the 27, 28-ish line was really the major area of resistance for Shiba Inu back then. And you guys can see that is the line of resistance that it was able to break through. So right now, I hope we can at least use that resistance as a line of support. And that's what we saw again, back in October. The goal here, of course, is to use this as some kind of line of support to hopefully at least stabilize stabilize, but that is going to be very difficult given the fact, that Bitcoin and Ethereum are performing so poorly. When we take a look at the relative strength index, you guys can see here on screen, we are way in the oversold territory. So in a normal day, this would be a great time to dollar cost average in and to start buying up some Shiba Inu right now in hopes that we head back into the 30 to 70 range. But again, that gets very tough considering the rest of the market is really what's dictating this. When we look at market cap, everything is down, but the rest of the entire crypto industry is really dictating this right now. So I would definitely wait a little bit. If it was me personally, I would wait a little bit to snag up some SHIB. And again, not financial advice, just my personal opinion. I would wait a little bit and see whether or not Ethereum is going to be able to bounce over 3K, because that is going to be a huge level, man. That's going to be a huge sort of breaking point, because if it hits 3K and it gets below, boom, I can see an instant sink to 25. If that doesn't happen, if we were able to bounce back, it's very possible we could be seeing some green coming up in the next few days. So I'm definitely looking to see what Ethereum is going to do, and I think that would be a good way to dictate whether or not to buy SHIB. But, if you still want to just dollar cost average in, is SHIB cheap now? Of course it's cheap. It's a fine time to buy if you are looking to just dollar cost average in and don't care about catching, a particular bottom or whatever. But again, if you're looking for more short-term gains, I would wait a little bit and just see how Ethereum and Bitcoin are going to react over the next couple of days or so. Now, when we look at the Fibonacci retracement, you guys can see here on screen, it is going to outline the top and bottom of the most recent run. So we have the top here of around 34 and change and the bottom of around 28 and change. And essentially all this is showing is that we creep up on the 23.6% line right here. We creep up on it, and unfortunately that is rejected. The 30 line of resistance here, right around 30, is completely rejected, and we get sent all the way back down, establishing a new low here. So definitely not particularly ideal for a Fibonacci retracement. And when we check the MACD, of course, you guys can see the moving average convergence divergence. You guys can see it is giving us a sell sign here. Again, it was giving us a buy signal when it was creeping back up towards that 23.6% line, but once that 23.6% line gets rejected, you guys can see it is giving us some sell indication here. So that is definitely a good, sort of indicator to use as well. So that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you guys did, make sure to drop a like and subscribe. Let me know whether or not you guys are considering purchasing SHIB today. I know it is a very, very rough day for a lot of crypto people out there, but definitely do stay strong. I'm sure we will have another day where everything moves up, whether it's now, 6 months. I'm sure it'll happen at some point eventually. And just remember too, if you guys don't sell, if you haven't actually sold it, you haven't really lost it. And that's the way I think about tons of assets and things out there. If you haven't really sold it, you haven't really lost it. So again, I'm going to be holding Shiba Inu, Ethereum, all the big guys that will be holding for a long time here in the near future. So if you guys enjoyed, again, drop a like, subscribe. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, my name is Matt. See you all on the next one, and have a great day.